your tax needs and more. Later CPA's the one you adore. Later CPA and Associates, accounting done great by mates. Later CPA and Associates, accounting done great by mates.
Hi there, I'm Daniel Lader, founder of Lader CPA and Associates, and welcome back to our ongoing series, Building a Successful Private Practice, from beginning to infinity. My therapist asked me to visualize my happy place, so I pictured April 15th and all my clients' taxes already filed. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the topic for this week. We are going to be talking about tax-savvy strategies for offering employee benefits. Remember what I said last time. This is when we're talking about the high-level strategies we can really benefit from our businesses and us, and take a lot of our employees along on the way too. So this is another one of those more high-level tax strategies, offering benefits. Now imagine rewarding your team in a way that also lowers your tax bill. Today, we're going to look at how to use benefits to attract, retain, and care for your team, all while keeping more money in your pocket at tax time. So, as your practice grows, offering benefits can feel expensive, and necessary expensive to keep your good employees staying with you. But when it's done correctly, many of these benefits are fully tax deductible. Some are partially tax deductible for your business, and often they are non-taxable for your employees, giving them a little extra benefit without hurting them on the tax side. So there's a few benefits I'll talk about just on a high level here, but keep in mind, these can all be customized to your business, to your situation, and what works out best for you and for everyone. So let's cover these on a high level. There's a few tax savvy benefits I want to cover. First is your health insurance. You can offer health insurance to your employees. There's a variety of ways to do that. If you're a small practice, you might want to talk with a health benefits advisor. They can give you a lot more details about those plans for the small guys or the big guys. But offer health insurance. The employer paid premiums can be 100% tax deductible. You might be one of those employers that just wants to offer 20%, 50% to cover it, or you might want to be one of those employees that offers 100% of employer covered health premiums. Your employees will love that one. But those covering those costs is 100% tax deductible for the business, and the employees, they don't pay income tax on that employer paid benefit to them. Tax-free benefit to them. So, health insurance, a fantastic one. Complicated. You use an advisor. Get that sorted out correctly. Get that set up correctly. Second one, and we've talked about this before in many places, retirement plans. This is a win-win situation for the business and the employees. So, employer-made contributions into simple IRAs or 401ks or even SEPs if that's the way you're going. Those employer-made contributions are tax deductible for the business. The employees also are making pre-tax contributions, so they're getting a tax benefit too. But the employer-paid portion, the match your company gives them, that's a tax-free benefit. They don't pay tax when you give it to them. It grows tax-free, and depending on what type of retirement account, it potentially comes to them tax-free too. Keep that in mind. Now, another thing that's fairly new, the Secure Act passed a little while ago. It gives small employers a credit for starting up a new retirement plan. It's up to $5,000 per year just for starting a new plan. Again, I'm not going to go into the calculations and how to come up with that, but there is a credit for starting a new retirement plan. That's a further benefit to your business. The third benefit I want to talk about, this is a big one that I think isn't talked about enough. Health savings accounts, HSAs. Allow your employees to choose health insurance that covers that allows for an HSA, and make employer contributions or matches into their HSA account. Still tax-free income to your employees, still fully tax deductible for the business, giving them another incentive to stay with you longer, plus another nice tax benefit for the business. Another benefit, and this is one that is surprisingly underused in my experience. It's providing education and professional development assistance. There is a tuition reimbursement benefit that can cover paying tuition, repaying student loans, etc., up to $5,250 per year per employee. That's a lot, and that's all tax-free to the employee and a tax deductible to the business. Section 127, we will not go into that more, but that's a really good one, an underutilized one. A couple other benefits. You can set up accountable plans to reimburse your employees for certain expenses. This is expenses the employee These are expenses the employee might be paying out of pocket, their own CEs, mileage or other travel possibly, licensures, etc. You do have the option of setting up an accountable plan and reimbursing employees when they have those personal expenses and submit the receipts to you. There's a lot of red tape on that one, but it is a good one. Now, the business always gets a deduction for those reimbursements. And if it's done right under an accountable plan, those reimbursements are not taxable income to the employee. So another great benefit there. Now, I mentioned accountable plans have a lot of red tape. That's just the way it goes. There is an alternative, though, that might be attractive to some of you business owners. The business can pay certain employee costs directly. Think about sending your employees to a CE conference or signing them up for an online CE webinar, etc. The business pays directly. No reimbursements involved. Business pays directly, fully tax deductible. The employee doesn't recognize that benefit as a taxable benefit either, so they still get the benefit. Paying for CEs, paying for licenses or additional credits they need, paying for supervision, paying for liability insurance, all of those things, as long as they're directly related to their profession, their career, to the business. You can do that. You can't buy their groceries for them. We'll push off the truly personal expenses, but anything related to the business, it's an option. Business pays it directly, deduction, no taxable benefit to the employee. Now, there are additional fringe benefits. There's a lot of fringe benefits. I'm not going to go into them. I'm just going to name some of the big ones. You might have heard about cafeteria plans or Section 125 plans. That basically allows you to offer the employees additional health benefits. Maybe paying for their gym membership or paying for dental and vision, etc. Those kinds of additional health benefits. Setting up a cafeteria 125 plan lets you do that for them too. Same situation. Everything the business pays is deductible. The employees are often receiving a fully or partially tax-free benefit in that case. So that's another one. Fringe benefits there. Fringe benefits also can include things like stipends for cell phones, parking or travel reimbursements, etc. Sometimes even the small occasional items are called de minimis, meaning we don't care about them. Snacks in the break room, de minimis. The employee's not going to pay tax on that can of soda or that bag of Doritos from the break room, but the business still gets a taxable deduction for it. Now, some of these fringe benefits are have some interesting rules, so always check with the IRS, check with your tax advisor, make sure you're looking at the fringe benefits the right way. Some of them are more specific, especially when it comes to travel. Now, I hope you notice the core pattern of offering these kinds of benefits to your employees. First, it makes your employees happier. They stick around longer, especially the good ones. Second, it can reduce the business's taxable income. Third, it makes it a lot easier to attract new therapists in, especially if you're in that growth phase, but you want to make sure you're attracting the highest caliber talent. Now, a couple tips to keep in mind when you're looking at these different types of benefits. First, document all of your benefit policies in writing. That's very important. Everything has to be written in the employee handbook or somewhere else where it's accessible. Use the payroll systems you have in place already to handle those pre-tax deductions. Do not try and do that separately. Use your payroll advisors, your tax people to get that set up properly. And review your plans annually with your CPA. Your business doesn't have the exact same year every year, year after year for years and years to come. It doesn't. Everything changes. Review your plan with your CPA. Any adjustments need to be made, make them. Improvements, downgrades, whatever. Make them. Talk with your CPA about them. Now, just a couple closing thoughts here. Your employee benefits that you offer, they're not just an expense. They're an investment in your people and in your practice. When you structure these wisely, the rewards, they reward your team and reduce your own taxes. A critical thinking question for you. If you could add just one new benefit next year, what would bring you the most value to your team and to the business's bottom line? Just one. Now, if you have any questions about this topic, feel free to message me, DM me, whatever. I'm happy to answer any questions about this topic. If you would like to schedule a free 30-minute discovery call with my firm, maybe myself, maybe someone else, go ahead and DM me. We'll send you a calendar link to schedule and have a discovery call. We'll talk about your business's tax situation and your personal tax situation as well. Remember, follow, subscribe, like, so you can be aware of future tax tips that we share or future events like this that we do. And visit our website, latercpa.com. That's LATERCPA.com. I will see you all on the next video. Have a great weekend. Have a happy Halloween. Keep helping others to help themselves. And let us help you to do just that. Bye.
For all your tax needs and more, Later CPA's the one you adore. Later CPA and Associates, accounting done great by mates. For all your tax needs and more, Later CPA's the one you adore. Later CPA and Associates, accounting done great by mates. Later CPA and Associates, accounting done great by mates.